Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to discuss the IDEA of US and special and inclusive education and their best practices, including countries that practiced IDEA. So, for our learning objectives, at the end of the lesson, students will be able to define key terms related to special and inclusive education, such as IDEA, FAPE, and LRE. Explain the importance of inclusive education in fostering equal learning opportunities for students with disabilities. Describe various special education policies implemented in different countries. So what is IDEA in US and its goal? So the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act or IDEA ensures that students with disabilities receive free appropriate public education or FAPE tailored to their needs. The goal is to provide children with disabilities the same educational opportunities as their peers. Now, let's move on to US best practices. First is the Individualized Education Program or IEP, a legal document that outlines a child's special education needs and services. Example, a student with dysgraphia receives writing accommodations. But who needs IEP? Students with the following disabilities needs IEP. Cognitive challenges, developmental delays, emotional disorders, hearing problems, learning program problems, physical disabilities. Next is Free and Appropriate Public Education or FAPE. Is a law that guarantees students with disabilities the right to a free education in the least restrictive environment. Example, schools provide individualized, cost-free education. Next is the Least Restrictive Environment or LRE, a principle that ensures students with disabilities have access to the same educational opportunities as their peers. For example, inclusion in general education fosters social skills. Next is professional development for educators. It helps teachers stay updated with effective teaching strategies and special education methods. Lastly, family and students engagement. This encourages strong partnership to support academic success, which is really important in education. Moving on are the countries that support special and inclusive education and their best practices. First is the Philippines, the policy framework. So example of this is the DepEd Order number 72, series of 2009 mandates integration of children with disabilities into regular classroom. Next is the teacher training. It provides strategies for accommodating diverse learning needs. For example, Special Education Training Program or the SPED. Next is China, the Sui Banjudu policy. This policy encourages social inclusion and equal learning opportunities. Another thing is the special education schools. So this provides therapy services and assistive technologies to meet the unique needs of each student. So that is China. Next is Japan, the resource rooms. It offers specialized teaching and therapy while keeping students in mainstream education. Next is team teaching approach. These methods ensures that students with disabilities receive necessary support within the regular classroom while promoting inclusive learning for all students. Next is the South Korea. Inclusive education policies. Focus on equal access, accommodations, and teacher training. Next is assistive technology. It includes speech-to-text software, screen readers, and braille devices. Next is the North Korea. The special schools. It provides specialized instruction but limits social inclusion. Next is vocational training. These programs focus on hands-on training in trades like tailoring, showmaking, and handicrafts, ensuring that students gain the necessary skills to become self-sufficient. But who is more progressive country? South Korea or North Korea? To answer this question, South Korea is more progressive than North Korea simply because of the government they have. It's more supportive and it's not limited in education unlike the North Korea. Next is Canada. Mainstreaming model encourages social integration while offering individualized support. Next is the individualized support plans. It outlines accommodations and learning strategies to help the students succeed in mainstream classroom. Next is the Australia, the hybrid education model. Now this approach balances inclusion with special education services. Next is legal frameworks. Australia has strong legal policies to protect the rights of students with disabilities and ensure they receive equal educational opportunities. For example, Disability Discrimination Act or DDA that prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities in various areas. Moving on is Austria, the inclusive classrooms. This provides special education teachers, assistive technologies, and personalized strategies to help these students succeed academically and socially. Next is specialized training for educators. Austria provides specialized training for teachers to equip them with the skills needed to support students with diverse learning needs in inclusive classroom. For example, Sign Language and Pedagogy and Master's Program. Next is New Zealand, the inclusive education policies. New Zealand has established inclusive education policies to ensure that students with disabilities can learn in mainstream classrooms alongside their peers. Next is the support services, ensuring that students receive the necessary accommodations for effective learning to help students with disabilities succeed in mainstream education. For example, assistive technology and communication service. Next is Switzerland, integration model. This approach ensures that students are part of the integral education system while benefiting from individualized assistance, adaptive learning tools, and therapy services as needed. Next is the individualized education plans. These plans outline specific goals, support services, and modifications needed to help each student succeed in a regular classroom setting. So that's all. Thank you.